Hello, hi, welcome to this brand new video. This is Karthik Naidu, your franchise business coach. And today I'm going to be talking about a very interesting topic relating to franchising. And you want to know what is that? I'll be talking about the 3 elements to build a franchise brand. Because if we have to franchise or if we have to take our business into franchising, branding is very, very important. So that is the key element. So to build a brand, what is that we require? So I'll be talking about the 3 essential parts. Okay, so these 3 things and these 3 elements are going to literally be the perfect fit to build your brand so that you can start franchising. So before I made this particular curriculum for this video, I was going through a lot of people. Okay, I was going through a lot of successful people who grew their business into 10x, 100x and 1000x. That is like starting from one single outlet, one single branch to hundreds, thousands of branch. So I was trying to find out what is the similar pattern in these people so that they could go and achieve such huge numbers, such huge number of branches, such huge number of outlets. So how was this possible for them? And by surprise, I want to tell you that after reading, I got to know that most of the people followed a similar pattern. Okay, and that pattern, what I've done is I've cut it down into 3 elements and I'm going to present it to you, because this is going to be the 3 elements that is required for you to go ahead and build your franchise brand. I want you to make some notes, so pick your pens, papers and notepads and start making notes, because these 3 elements will be there forever. Okay, this is not a temporary thing. So any franchise business or any business you build in future, you will 100% require these 3 elements. So I want you to master all these 3 elements. So I'm going to be revealing, I'll take you to my mind map and let's start today's session. So I have 3 parts that is going to be the 3 elements. I'll be running you through one by one. Okay, so I'll get into the first element that is a must to build a franchise brand. That is a strong mindset. Okay, when I read a lot of biographies and I was reading articles and watching videos on some super successful people who built it from nothing to many branches, even like the modern Ritesh Agarwal who built the Oyo. Okay, I even went through his particular articles and how he built it and his experience. Out of that, I found something very interesting that was common even in a lot of people like Amazon's Jeff Bezos, or you come to Warren Buffett, or any of these people. You take even Mukesh Ambani or anyone who's really made it big and expanded rapidly. They all have one particular element, and that is the strong mindset. You know why? Because their strong mindset is made them super strong like a pillar which cannot be shaken. The market fluctuation is going to be there. The markets are going to go up, come down, but the mindset plays the most important role. Before we proceed, I want to tell you that due to the COVID-19 which hit recently, you saw a lot of businesses fell, right? You saw that even businesses like Oyo, just I spoke about, hit the rock bottom. Okay, they did not make revenues. They were not able to make any profit. They had so many investors' pressure. But how did that CEO handle that pressure? Imagine when you were making almost a booking every single second. Okay, that was the track record. They made a booking every single second, and that is how the Oyo business was on track. And all of a sudden, the entire business shuts down. So at that situation, given it a point, if that business owner was not strong enough, if that business owner did not have a strong mindset, do you think it would have survived? Not at all, because they would have owed a lot to the financial institutions, to the investors, answering them, keeping them together, and to do it. And it depends completely on the leader. So if you want to be the franchisor, you are going to be the leader of your brand. And being the leader of your brand, it is your primary and it's the foundation that you have a super strong mindset. Okay, I'll be getting down deep into that 3 parts. Okay, first part, to have a strong mindset, What is that you require? You have to get into the learning mode. Okay, you will never stop learning. That is the number one rule for any entrepreneur, or especially for a franchisor. I'll tell you why. Me being a franchisor, every single day I make sure I read something, or I watch something, or I make notes and prepare my curriculum so that I can serve my franchisees better. So when you're in the place of a franchisor, tomorrow you have about 10 outlets. So you have to be more equipped to share the knowledge with them. Because what happens with our limited knowledge, we tend to miss out so many things. So as you're accumulating with more knowledge, you will be in a position to go forward and share that particular knowledge with your franchisees. So the first thing in the strong mindset is get into the learning mode. Okay, the second one is going to be, if you want to build a franchise brand, okay, the important part is going to be you're building another business using the leverage of your current business. Okay, that's what it is. That means you have already built one business which is successful. It can be anything. It can be a service industry. Okay, you might be having a security agency for that matter. You might have any agencies, or you might have a computer center. You might have anything relating to hardware training, software training, soft skills, or even you might be a trainer or a coach. What happens? You have your organization ready. So you are going to be franchising your system to another location. So imagine that if you are able to replicate your system to another part of a place, and somebody can take care of that particular location to increase more business and the more revenue, you see the power of your brand. Because what happens when we are operating, we tend to miss out the lot of locations, and only franchising is the way where you can get deep into, I'm telling you, the main cities, then the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities. Okay, this is the segment. So the market is like pretty massive for any brand to expand. Okay, so this is the franchising model. To get that kind of a franchising brand, you are just going to be using your current business model and leverage the profit out of it. Okay, so you should start making a lot of notes and start putting down on papers or putting down on videos and keep it recorded in a place, because you tend to sometimes forget about how you built it. Okay, but I want you to start making a notes and keep it in one side, so that it's going to help you tomorrow when you start training your franchisees. This part is going to be a very useful part. So having a strong mindset is the number one key. Okay, the second and most important is having the strong systems. Okay, gone are the days where people were dependent on people. Okay, you have seen, right, when there was a industry revolution that happened, you saw a lot of industries coming with 500 employees, 1000 employees, 2000 employees. But I want to tell you, even today, the biggest of high grossing and high revenue, some software companies have very little employees. You know why? Because the systems have dominated and doing all of their job. So you, in this era, as a franchisor, if you are able to have the strong system set up, I'm telling you, set it up one time, it's going to start working for itself. To set up that, you need to have skills. So why do we need the strong systems? Okay, the first one is going to be technical systems that will work for you. You need to master, you need to set up some technical systems which is going to work in the back end instead of you. Okay, that is very important. The second is going to be, you should control the system and the system should not control you. Okay, please note this down. Any business for that matter, if your employees are there, if it is your investors, if it's your business partners, anyone for that matter, your customers, in fact, okay, you should be a person to design this and be the person to take that forward step. When you're taking that particular forward step, people tend to follow you. And when you don't take that first step, then you might be in between of your franchisees, in between of your customers, and in between of your partners. So this will not let you to outgrow. If you want to outgrow, build a strong mindset, build the systems, and next is control those systems, because once you start controlling the systems, people will believe you. Okay, I'm a completely self-independent person who's completely working on systems for my entire franchise business as well as my coaching program. And it is not a rocket science, trust me. It is very easy. If you follow the system, it works like magic. And next is going to be what should be your goal. See, my goal is to automate things. Okay, the goal should be to automate things to attain freedom. Okay, in my few of the videos I've told that the biggest success of any entrepreneurs is the freedom, because you have to choose what you want to do. You should not be under pressure to run that particular day and open the store and sit there and work. Being an entrepreneur, you have to set up systems, set up things so that it runs by itself. You have to be the captain of the ship where you direct everything and start working, and you have to observe that the system is working good. And it should not be that you are sitting and running it with people just standing behind you. It doesn't work like that. Okay, you need to build the super strong system in place. It can be your employee system also. I'm talking about if you want people to be associated who's working in the business, you can start building employee systems also. But I'm talking here about the technical skills also. Once you set up these technical systems, nothing can go wrong. Okay, so having the strong systems is the second most essential element to build a franchise brand. Okay, and the third one is going to be most important, to have a financial discipline. What happens? Franchising is quite easy, to be very frank, because if you built a business from scratch, I'll tell you, franchising is going to be very easy for you. It is about just using that system and giving and replicating it and guiding people to do it. So it's going to be very easy, and you will also see a lot of cash flow coming in. I mean, you'll see a lot of profit coming in, because one franchisee you close, anything you can start off. You can price your franchise from even as low as 49,000 rupees to 2 lakhs, 5 lakh, 10 lakh, or anything. Okay, so for Indian market, you need to see what segment you belong to. Whatever your franchise fees is there, in case we'll assume it is about 2 lakh rupees. Okay, so you run the system and you get in about 10 franchisees in about 3 to 4 months. Okay, in 3 months you might just work and get about 10 franchisees. Just imagine the revenue you've generated. You've generated 20 lakh rupees in a span of 2 to 3 months. Okay, in your current business, it would take a long time to earn that particular profit. Okay, and when the business is already expanded, so you get a royalty out of it also as a franchisor, because you are giving a lot of value to your franchisees. You are training them every single week and you will tell them what to do. So all these systems will actually make them do, and you will generate a lot of finance. But when you get the finance, you have to be very disciplined. Okay, so what is financial discipline? So I'll be talking about 3 things. Okay, you have to know what is the difference between an investment and an expense. I'm sure most of you watching this are entrepreneurs and business owners, so I don't need to tell you, but I will tell it for some people who are new here, who do not know the concept of both of them. See, your expense is going to be a one time where you spend the money and it's never going to come back. And investment is going to be something that you put your money into it and you're going to grow it like a tree. And that is called investment. So any investment you make, okay, it has to grow at least 5 times, 10 times, 100x or 1000x. So you have to be very careful while deciding which is an expenditure and which is an investment. Okay, so what is the best investment you do? The best investment you do is on yourself. That's what I've written. The best investment you do is to make it on you, because self-education is the key and the master. I'll tell you, nobody can steal your knowledge. If I am able to come here, share my knowledge and put up all these systems and do it, it's because of my self-learning. Okay, because what I've learned from my mentors. Okay, I have religiously followed whatever they've said, and I've started spending time on reading books, listening to audio podcasts, and even attending digital coaching programs, attending seminars, 2-3 day workshops. All of this are giving me the platform where I can build my knowledge, come back and give it to all of them. So you have to have that kind of an element when you are a franchisor, because to give, you need to get in. That is a simple rule. Okay. The second one is going to be OPM. Okay. I've read this in one of the beautiful books written by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay. He speaks about OPM, that is going to be other people's money. You know, whenever you start a business, being an entrepreneur and into this space, you should be smart enough and you should leverage on other people's money. It can be the financial institutions like your bank, it can be your investors, it can be anything for that matter. For in that case, whenever I get into some business, I don't invest my own money. You know what do? I use money from my credit cards. You know why? Because I'm more accountable and more answerable. When I swipe my card to do something, when I'm investing on my education or anything, when I use a card, I know that I have to repay it. And the time frame that's given to me is 45 days. If I'm not going to take that kind of action and make use of that resource, I will not be able to make a payment to that credit card company. And then I have to pay it from my own pocket. This is the small psychology rule that I apply. Whenever I'm getting into anything, even when I started my own franchising system, when I started my own franchise hub, when I started coaching people, I did not invest my money. I used my cards, I bought in all the systems, I put in that investment, and I had a 45-day window where I had to work out things. I had to do it day and night to make sure that I set up everything and start generating the revenue. I was under pressure. And people work best under pressure. So you have to, if you're a franchise brand, you should know to make use of other people's money. I'll be getting down deep into all of these concepts inside my course. Okay, the last one is you should be a massive action taker. Okay, because one of my mentors used to say that if you know something and you don't do it, okay, or you don't implement it, it's equal to not knowing at all. Isn't that fantastic? You know something, but if you're not going to go and implement that, that means you're equal to a person who did not know it, because there is no action taken place there. So being an entrepreneur, it is the number one, and especially for a franchise brand, whatever you feel is going to work, you have to go and implement it. And only when you implement, you will be able to figure out whether that's working or that's not working. And if it's not working, you've learned a lesson. If it's working, you make a profit. Okay, that's about it. So these are the three main elements that's required to build a super strong franchise brand. So I'll just give you a quick recap. The first one is going to be the strong mindset. And second one is going to be having the strong systems. It can be your employee systems or it can be your technical systems. And third one is when you start generating the revenue, having the financial discipline. So when you have all these three parts, I will assure you that you will be a super successful franchisor. And those are the three elements I wanted to share with you. Okay, so I think this particular video gave you a complete insight about what should be the foundations of building a brand. Okay, I'm very happy that this particular video gave you some kind of a value. I'm very curious to know. Please go ahead and leave in the comment section that what was your key learning, because I would love to read your comments, and I read every single comment. So leave in the comment section that what was your one big key takeaway from this particular video. I would love to know that. Okay, and that's about it. And if you are interested and if you resonate with whatever I'm telling you and you're a business owner, startup, or an entrepreneur who's trying to scale your business, then I will invite you to my free masterclass that I'm doing. So click on the button below. I've given the link in the description. So click on that, get in, enter your name, email ID and phone number, and get into the masterclass where I will be talking about the 5 concepts of building a super strong franchise system. And I will also be introducing you to my very own franchise ecosystem model. Okay, so I'll see you inside my masterclass. So have a great day. And this is Karthik Naidu, your franchise business coach, signing off. Bye-bye.